Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTube. Welcome to the Fourth in a Dream podcast. I am your host, Red, with my co host to the left, as always, Mr. Kamish, aka G. We're on to week three.
We're on to Cincinnati, brother.
Again.
We are definitely on to Cincinnati again, man.
Week two's in the books.
What another entertaining week, huh?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Can we just agree? I know, we go back and forth all the time, man. But can we just agree? Can we have like one weekend of the NFL where we don't have any catastrophic injuries to any of the big heavy hitters in the NFL? I don't want to say fantasy community. I want to say in the NFL, man.
Yeah. So
Like,
listen. Okay. As a football fan, take fantasy football out of it. And I know that's a big part for us and everybody that watches and stuff like that. But to watch any player have an injury in the caliber that Nick Chubb had Monday night, I mean, dude, that had me gutted, man.
sucks.
Take fantasy out of it. As a human being, dude, as a good person like he is, he's a no bullshit type player. You know, it's tough to see, dude.
It sounds like he's a good locker room guy too.
He's a big locker room guy, man. He was the heart and soul of that team, I think. You know, it's tough to see, and like I don't know, like there's something in the water on Monday Night Football, man. Like I know you've had to see this. I mean, I don't know how big you are on Twitter, but the last three Monday night games, we had Damar Hamlin, we had Aaron Rodgers last week, and then Monday night we had Nick Chubb. Dog, next week we got Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow on Monday Night Football. Okay. Now, if you pull fantasy into it real quick, I mean, I don't want to take too long, but yes, I have Nick Chubb in this league, and I have Nick Chubb in another money league. It's rough, dude. I'm never drafting a running back in the first round in fantasy football ever again. Okay. We got Jonathan Taylor last year, and now we got Nick Chubb. This is where fantasy football comes into it. Like, dude, god damn, bro.
Hey, Justin Tucker, baby, first round, let's go.
With that being said, dude, all well wishes to Nick Chubb, man, and the Chubb family. Hopefully everything goes well. He's supposed to be having a surgery here in a couple days, and then it looks like he's going to have another one a couple weeks after that. I think they're talking LCL, PCL, ACL, meniscus, and dislocated knee.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Hey, before we jump into the week 2 recap real quick, while we're talking, just straight line games, player injury reactions, we need to talk about Sunday Night Football, dog.
Okay.
The Dolphins went up to Foxborough, and for the majority of that game, pretty much handled it, had control, took care of business, got a big divisional win on the road. So, my question to you is this. Is it time for Robert Kraft to move on from Bill Belichick?
I don't know, man. So, yes, I'm a Patriots fan, but I'm also a football guy, right? I expected to be 0-2 going into week 3. I really did, you know. I'm proud of those boys for keeping it close. And as we watched in week 1 and week 2, a literal matter of inches separated us from potentially winning those games, right? I don't know if it's Bill or if it's Mac at this point. I saw this crazy stat line today where Mac is 3-12 in games that he could have won in the fourth quarter.
So Mac ain't it.
I don't know, bro. I feel like he's it, maybe, but like I don't understand. I don't know. I don't get it. Like we brought in Juju, which Juju's not a strong number 1 anymore, but like he's had like 3 opportunities to catch a ball. Like I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what Bill O'Brien's doing.
I think
I don't do it.
Look, and I'm not gonna run down too far down the New England rabbit hole, man. But I was listening to a college podcast earlier this afternoon, and they were talking about they're talking about Nick Saban, right, and how he may be even kind of losing his luster, a little bit. And when you have that type of success, man, I feel like you get set in your ways.
Yeah.
And maybe Belichick's had the success that he's had for as long as he's had. Maybe the evolution of the game,
That
he maybe hasn't adapted to 100%. And
the bag's out of tricks.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that
Yeah.
very well could be the case, dude.
And we could very well see that in the near future with Andy Reid too.
Sure.
I 100% agree with that statement, dude. Yo, Dion,
Well,
if you're listening, bro, I mean, I know you are. Dion, leave
he ain't-
Colorado, come to New England, baby. Let's go.
Listen, man. He's already gone on record saying he has
I
no
know,
interest in
I
going
know,
to the
I know,
pros.
I know. But
you
bring
know.
that Travis Hunter dude with you, please.
Yeah, he's damn. good
Prayers
for
to him
sure.
too, dude. He got a lacerated liver on that silly hit by that guy
Yeah.
from Colorado State. But
Yeah.
we are not going to be a podcast that directs hate towards a less than stellar play. It was a shit play. It was a shit hit. But that guy's facing all kinds of backlash for that, which
Yeah.
is just insane. This cancel culture shit needs to stop. But anyways, moving on to fantasy football, because this is what this
Fantasy
podcast is about.
football, week 2, baby.
Week
You want
2.
me to just rip through this real quick? You just want me to give the box score? Let's do this, right?
Well,
All right.
we'll go in order, yeah, from
All
last
right.
week.
All right. Tee it up for me, man.
Baby Billy, Iron Smoke. Baby Billy, 114 to 101. What you got?
All right, man. God, I don't want to talk about this because it's gonna hurt me almost as much as it's hurting you. I got a lot of touchdowns across the board this past week, man, and that's pretty much the story. Unfortunately, Saquon Barkley got rolled up, man, and it looks like I'm gonna be missing him for a couple weeks. Tyler Lockett got hot, couple TDs. James Conner continuing to have a solid start to the season, man. Just a collective effort, top to bottom, minus Zay Jones. Zay Jones apparently missed the bus this week. On the Iron Smoke side, Bill Belichick did what he normally does, man. He was able to slow Tyreek down, kind of really bring him back to earth. He still got his with the 10 points. The one I was sweating at this week, though, was DeAndre Swift, man. I saw that craziness on Thursday night, and I was just like, DeAndre Swift.
You could be wrong. You could be wrong about him, dude. Yeah.
I doubt it. But anyway, what you got?
I don't got much to say about that, dude, about this one. What I thought was going to happen to Tyreek Hill happened. And, man, Christian Gonzalez is special. That might have been the steal of the draft last season. Very biased response, but whatever. But yeah, This one was a little bit more high scoring than I thought. But other than that, man, congratulations on the dub.
Appreciate it.
Moving on. Smokin' Joe, Jolly Roger. Smokin' Joe 94, Jolly Roger 89.
All right, man. For me, Devonta Smith. I know you don't want to hear this as well, but Devonta Smith continues his torrid start to the 2023 campaign. I'm going to say he was the difference for Smokin' Joe in this one. On the flip side, the Minnesota Vikings, a.k.a. the Jolly Roger, which, by the way, just got an alert before we fired this thing up. It appears that Cam Akers is on the move to Minnesota. So, Mr. Madison, I guess this is your notice, if you will, that there's a little bit more competition in town. Yeah, so
he scored more points as a number 2 behind Dalvin Cook than he does as a starter.
Yeah, this is true.
Maybe it's good for him.
Hey, man, Kirk Cousins, number 1 scoring QB in fantasy football right now.
On pace for the record for yards and passes completed, I believe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You like that?
I like that. I like that a lot. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Tropic Thunder, ATLians. Landslide victory. A 25 burger on Mr. Tropic Thunder. 119 to 84.
All right, man. So I'm gonna focus on two wideouts in this matchup, man. Keenan Allen out there, and for the Chargers, getting off to another torrid start, man. 2 touchdowns this week, just over 100 yards receiving at 111 to be exact. Um, he led the way for AT Aliens, man, and Derrick Henry got it going this week too. Found pay dirt, 80 yards on the ground. For Tropic Thunder, I'm gonna say, I mean, CMC is the obvious answer, man, but I mean, you gotta give it up to Mike Evans right now. Mike Evans is
He's him.
he's definitely his bell cow. As far as the points go so far this season, man, Baker Mayfield revenge tour is in full swing. It's going to be interesting the next couple weeks. I know the matchups get a little bit more difficult for the Bucks, so let's see if he keeps it up, man.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
Your brother-in-law was upset about that Mike Evans pick. I remember that during the draft, right?
He was upset about just about every pick that he made,
except for Chigoziem Okonkwo. Solid pick. Yeah, dude, Mike Evans is still that dude in Tampa Bay, man. It doesn't matter who's throwing him the ball. Obviously. I mean, Mike Glennon. Then he had the great years with Tom. Jameis Winston. Now Baker Mayfield. The guy makes everybody a Pro Bowler. Very underrated player. Hopefully first balloter, I think, in my eyes.
But there you go.
Moving on. Ass and TDs and Friday morning oil change. Another barn burner. 89 to 70.
All right, man. So for Bills Mafia president, Josh Allen gets back to form, goes north of 20 on the week, man. Deebo Samuel, rushing touchdown this week, which was kind of surprising because they have Christian McCaffrey and it seems like he just scores everything on the ground in San Francisco. Yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got on the Bills Mafia side of the ball, man. Tony Pollard wasn't able to find the end zone. She's gonna need. She's got to have something figured out on that flex, man. Like this is a very top heavy team in my opinion, and if someone has an off week, it's gonna be a tough road to hoe. So I know she's got a really big matchup in week 3 that we're going to talk about a little bit later, and we're going to find out if Aston TDs is for real. As far as the Friday morning oil change goes, man, look, I know Lady Luck isn't in your corner right now with the injury bug, but I feel like the AJ Brown explosion is coming, and I heard that he got a little vocal on the sidelines this past weekend, and that what usually translates to is, man, the squeaky wheel usually gets the grease. So
yeah.
I feel like number 11's number is going to be called early and often, and unfortunately, that's yours truly is going to have to deal with that next week. But that's all I got. Friday morning oil change.
Yeah, I don't have much on this one. Congrats, Mana. Tough out here. Tough out here for a pimp.
Tough out here for a Pats fan.
The only thing I can say though, man, is I'm glad I got Jordan Addison. You guys been looking pretty good 2 weeks in.
Yeah. And when we got Captain Kirk slinging it around like that, man. I mean,
yeah. Every time I see Josh Allen throw the ball to Dawson Knox, though, I die a little inside. Do you know how many times I counted Dalton Kincaid being wide fucking open on Sunday? Dude, he was so... There was nobody near him.
Okay. I have something else that I'd like to ask you.
4 seam routes, wide open. Let's throw
before we move off your box score.
Yeah.
I'm sure at some point you got on the activities page for the league. Did you see when did you notice a certain transaction that happened Monday evening
at 6:16?
Yeah. Like right before kickoff, man.
The guy's in the Illuminati, dude. The guy's in the Illuminati. Like he fucking knew. He knew.
Yeah,
He
to
didn't.
be fair, I have a backstory now when Mr. Miller for the Saints RB on the depth chart was dubbed inactive that evening. I was informed that he went to the IR spot, and yes, Mr. Jerome Ford was rostered. So I guess you could blame the Saints organization on this one because if they would have played Miller, Miller would have stayed on the active roster, and Mr. Miyagi wouldn't have gazed into his crystal ball and saved himself about $50 or $60 of fab this upcoming Thursday.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Hey, man.
Anyway,
It is what it is, dude. I'm not gonna. Does it suck? Yeah, I'm done. That's cool. We'll get past it.
hey, one more thing, Mr. Miyagi. If I got a matchup this week I'm gonna need some help on. So if you want to get that loan window open, maybe we could facilitate a deal this upcoming week.
I got people in this league I can work with too.
All right, man. Who we got next?
One of my
Who
best
we got
friends. One
next?
of my best friends in the whole wide world sitting at 0-2, too, baby. We
Hey.
can make a super team out here, bro.
Hey, let's get it, dude.
You know what I'm saying? All right.
Don't do it, Ben.
He won't.
Hey.
All
All
right.
right, what we got?
Moving on. We got Masturbator. Snitches get stitches. Masturbator secures the dub. Over 30-point win. 112-79 over Snitches. What you got?
Yeah, this one was kind of rough for the old Snitches camp, man. Calvin Ridley, not it, man. That game against Kansas City was tough, man. I feel like Trevor Lawrence had a multitude of passes that were about one extra foot away from being a touchdown. Jamar Chase is definitely not off to a good start, man. A lot of that has to do with what's going on with Joe Burrow. So yeah, I'm just gonna chalk this up as a pretty overall down week there for the South Beach billionaire. On the flip side, Master Bader able to withstand Aaron Jones missing this week. Steelers defense, 2 touchdowns, man. You get a defense scoring 23 points, you're pretty much you're pretty much getting the dub just about every week, man. So yeah. His wide receivers stay hot. CeeDee Lamb, Gabe Davis, both off to pretty solid starts this year. Mike Williams pushes 100. So good win for Master Bader.
My question is, how long does he keep Deshaun Watson in his lineup? Especially with Nick Chubb going down.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be kind of weird, like, starting your hometown boy in your lineup, man. Jared Goff. We know the Bader is a big Lions fan, so I don't know, man. It just gets weird sometimes when you got your hometown guys on your fantasy team. So
Yeah.
I think that's why he's trying to do it, but at some point he's just got to realize, man, that the Lions are. Well, I'm sure he already thinks and knows that the Lions are legit this season, but I mean, from a fantasy standpoint, man, Goff's stealing right now.
Yeah. So 5-star last week. Wide receiver, Mr. Miyagi. Not so much a 5-star. This was a brutal murder. This was a 50-point murder.
Yeah. So as far as Mrs. Kamish goes, man, Raheem Mostert and Mr. Robinson Jr. RB up there for the Manders. Those two guys combined for over a 50 spot. And when you get that type of production from those two guys, and you still got Travis Kelce and Stephon Diggs and the number 1 scoring defense in the league with the Cowboys. Yeah. Mrs. Kamish is going to be a tough out this season. So good win, honey.
She's got Alvin Kamara coming too.
Well, yeah, don't remind me, please. As far as Mr. Miyagi goes, I'm sure he'll be more than happy to take the L this week, knowing that he gazed into the future and got Jerome Ford before Monday night. That's
Yeah.
all I got.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Fucking Illuminati.
So on to week 3, huh?
Week 3, man. Week 3 on to Cincinnati.
On to Cincinnati.
So
Speaking of Cincinnati, we starting with Smoking Joe, right?
I think we're gonna start with Smoking Joe. Smoking Joe, masturbator.
All right. ESPN right now has this thing heavily swayed in Smoking Joe's favor. I like the matchup for Tua this week. Finally, gonna have the home opener in South Beach against Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. I like them to get on to it or have a good game. ETN's going to be going up against Houston, which Houston's run defense has been like their defense has been it's been okay. I'm not going to say like it's been great or really good for any stretch of the imagination, but I mean it's a divisional game, man. Divisional games get weird sometimes. As far as the Bader goes, I am sitting here, Deshaun Watson taking on the Titans, right? And you just, what's the psyche of that team gonna be like losing their boy? I mean, are they gonna come out motivated? They're gonna be on fire. They're gonna get things rolling. CeeDee Lamb, Dallas, he's going to be on the road at Arizona. And, everybody thought Arizona was going to be leaps and bounds, by far the worst team in the league this year. And the Cardinals have shown it bolts. I'm not saying it's going to slow down the Cowboys, but I mean, hey, you never know. I don't know if Aaron Jones is coming back this week. And honestly, I don't know if the Bader's playing Deshaun Watson. But you know what? I'm going with Smoking Joe in this one.
Another one that might be out this week is Jalen Waddle.
Mm.
He's in concussion protocol. Denver's got to have one cornerback or two cornerbacks to cover the cheetah. I don't know. I think this one's gonna be really close. I'm gonna take Bader. I'm gonna take Bader because he's gonna take Deshaun Watson out of his lineup and play Jared Goff this weekend. Bader by 3. Moving on.
To the Illuminati.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Miyagi and Iron Smoke.
All right, man. So I'm gonna start on the Miyagi side of the ball. Ramondre Stevenson is gonna be on the road at the Jets this week. Unfortunately for Ramondre, Aaron Rodgers did not play defense, so the Jets defense will still be on the field this week. And that's gonna be tough sledding for your boy, baby Derrick Henry or whatever craziness y'all call him. I don't know if he's gonna start Anthony Richardson or not. I mean, I feel like he's got to the way Burrow's been kind of getting off the block a little slow this year. So I think he's gonna stay with Richardson. On the Iron Smoke side, man, see this is where it gets tough, dude. Kyle Pitts is he's just out there, I guess, running routes. Because Atlanta has no interest in throwing in the football.
No.
Najee Harris looks like the tread on his tires is it's getting close to being not good in Pittsburgh, man. I mean, I think Jalen Warren's getting ready to start getting a lot more work than what people probably initially thought he was gonna get, but I don't know, man. I've got a real tough time seeing a path to victory for Iron Smoke, so I guess I'll let me just apologize to my father-in-law. Like, I mean, I need to pick him to win at some point, but man, it's tough, man. He's gonna need a superhuman performance from like either DK Metcalf or Tyreek Hill. I'll take Miyagi.
Yeah. As much as I don't want to, I agree. That Puka dude in LA, he's pretty hot, too. I'm sure. I'm sure old Miyagi's gonna put Jerome Ford in as well. It's tough though on the Anthony Richardson, Joe Burrow thing. But yeah, I'm gonna take Miyagi as well. Just not enough firepower over there on the right side for Mr. Iron Smoke. And Najee Harris, yeah, that's a letdown, huh? It's his third year in the league.
It ain't too. I mean, he's only
Still
been
on
in
his
the
rookie
league for
contract, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, I think
Yeah.
you're right. Well, you know he ain't getting an extension in Pittsburgh because
No.
that ain't their style.
No. Yeah, give me Miyagi.
All right.
Tropic Thunder and Snitches.
All right, man. This one's odd to me. You know, sitting here looking at the matchup breakdown on ESPN, man, and they've got Snitches at about a 5-point favorite right now with these starting lineups. And starting on the Tropic Thunder side of things, man, I'm sitting here looking at his receivers, okay? Olave, Evans, and Wilson, which to me is a great receiving core, but I gotta think Bill's gonna get after Zach Wilson. He's gonna put the pressure on him, and unless Garrett Wilson hits a home run, man, I mean, I just can't see that number being big for Garrett Wilson. Mike Evans is gonna get a better test playing against that Philly defense. May not necessarily be like the back end of the Philly defense, but I mean, if that Georgia defensive line's able to get some pressure up the middle and make Baker a little uncomfortable, maybe Cinderella finally turns into a pumpkin. So, I mean, initially I wanted to take Tropic Thunder, but tell you what, man, give me Snitches get stitches this week. I'll
So,
take JC.
so this one's a lot easier for me. Um,
Okay.
Besides the Tyler Algier matchup in Detroit, I like all of Snitch's matchups. Even
Okay.
Kittle against the Giants. I like that. I think this is a I think this is a blowout.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Garrett Wilson does anything. He's gonna be locked up, dude. Locked right up. And like Garrett Wilson's gonna have to have somebody to throw him the ball, which is a problem apparently in Jets Kingdom right now, just like it is in New England's camp. I mean, you got two really good cornerbacks on those two teams. I don't see Garrett Wilson doing anything. I don't like the Mike Evans matchup either in Philly. I think Trevor might go off for Tropic Thunder, but I'm gonna take Snitches by 25 here.
All right.
Clip it. Ship it. We're really going here now, huh?
Oh, we are. That's what everybody's been waiting for. Let's do it, baby.
How is this not the 5-star?
Oh, come on, man, because
I
our team
disagree,
sucks.
dude. I
That's
mean,
why.
I disagree a little bit here, but that's fine. That's
All
fine.
right, man.
Baby
Let me-
Billy
Woo.
versus Friday Morning Oil Change.
Woo.
The host versus the co-host. The commish versus the.
Don't even say it.
I'm gonna start naming
Yeah,
my
right.
team Geritol Inc., dude. Or feed me Metamucil. Go,
All right, man.
lay it out there, dude.
All right.
What you got?
All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna start on the Baby Billy side of the ball, right? I lost Saquon Barkley this past week. James Conner has an awful matchup against the Cowboys. Joshua Kelly, he looked great the first couple weeks, and what type of action he got, he didn't have the juice last week. And I mean, honestly, man, I think Lamar Jackson, he'll be fine this week. I think Mark Andrews is going to be fine this week. If I'm going to win this week, it is going to be on Jaylen Warren, hitting a home run against the Raiders, man. I feel like, don't get me lying to everybody out there, but I feel like the Raiders defense has been relatively suspect against the run this season. So, I mean, if Warren does get more involved in this offense, then I mean, maybe I get lucky, get a big week out of him. As far as the Friday morning oil change goes, look, I'm gonna be pulling for the Patriots this weekend. I hope Bill he's able to erase Mr. Hall there and kind of keep him in check, kind of shut down that run game. But hey, I alluded to this earlier. If there's one person I'm going to be nervous on your side of the ball, man, it's going to be AJ Brown. And I feel like the dude's been crying for the football the last couple weeks. Jalen Hurts going to make it a point to get it to him. So I would be. I'm not picking myself to win this week. So I'm gonna say AJ Brown's the difference, man, and I'm gonna say you beat me 3-2.
Dude, I'm starting 2 tight ends. We out here starting 2 tight ends. Okay. Listen, dude, I'm gonna lose by 40, and another one of my players is gonna get hurt this weekend.
Don't say that, please.
A big one.
The people. I mean, at least I think the
In an
most
hour,
people that we talk.
in an hour
Yeah.
and 20 minutes before that game happens,
Yeah,
before another player on my team gets hurt, Eric is gonna take their backup.
yeah, that's true. That's gonna happen.
Listen, dude, I don't think I've ever won against you. Have I?
It's probably been like all the way back to the Cold War. I feel like it's been a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're new, dude.
Back when
You're
our knees didn't hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, give me Baby Billy's by 487.
I still like 3-2 better.
You're right. Let's throw a decimal point in there. 4.8 to 0.7.
Let's get to the Northeast Georgia war room, baby.
There's legitimately 3 5-stars this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. So Jolly Roger and AT Aliens, huh?
All right, man. So the JR had the down week this past week. Minnesota just wasn't getting the job done. Dude, you know what? I feel like I just noticed something. I feel like his lineup may have changed. I feel like he's almost like watching this live stream happen, and he just found out about the Akers deal as well, and Madison's already gone. But anywho, Cousins is taking on the Chargers this week, man. The Chargers defense ain't been it. They've been in some relatively high scoring games, so I can't see this being any other than a shootout with Minnesota and the Chargers. As far as the AT Aliens go, man, if he gets any production out of a running back outside of Derrick Henry, I feel like he's going to be in good shape. He's still searching for that RB2. He's got the Gus Bus in there, so he's going to give that a whirl this week. If Amon-Ra St. Brown isn't a go, he's going to be in trouble, man. So, man, Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get that extra work now with Monty being out. So, I'll say it, man. Fire the cannons this week, man. Give me the Jolly Roger.
I'm going to make this short and sweet. The Jolly Roger and I have been having a good run of bad luck so far this season. Okay. Doug, aka AT Aliens, team was auto drafted, and he has more wins than the Jolly Roger or the Friday morning oil change. This matchup is going to end in a tie. The Jolly Roger is going to win due to bench points. Isn't that how that's decided?
I believe it's bench points is our tiebreaker. Yes.
Alexander Madison's going to have 34 on his bench. Jolly Roger, fire the cannons.
Let's go. All right,
moving on.
5-star time.
The ladies of the league.
That's it, man. You got to give it up to them. They're both 2-0.
The battle of the unbeatens.
Asantidis
Asantidis
and
wine
wide receiver.
receiver.
Yeah.
I really can't wait to hear this pick from you, Mr. Kamish.
Look,
Go ahead.
listen, man. I'm just calling this as I see it, and like I said, I alluded to this a little bit earlier. We're gonna find out if Asantidis is gonna be for real. All right, and I don't like the fact that Debo Samuel, who is one of her better players and one of her key cogs, is playing on Thursday night. And I don't know, man. Thursday night football is just weird. I don't like it. I know the players don't like it. From a fantasy standpoint, it's like I know you don't want to overreact, but I mean, God, sometimes I feel like just staying away from people playing on Thursday night. Josh Allen's gonna have a tough go of it, man. He's gonna be on the road to Washington, and the Manders defense has been solid. I just think top to bottom, the wide receiver just has too much firepower. And Kelsey's playing the Bears, man. I mean, this could be one of those games where Kelsey scores like 3 times. So give me
Yeah,
the wide receiver, and I mean by 20.
I'm aligned. I'm aligned. It's gonna be a tough go of it for Asantidis this week.
Bills Mafia president
I
might
mean,
be going through the table.
yeah, right through the table. Stone Cold Stunner, dude. Yeah, this could be a good 20 spot. I don't think she's gonna put up a 50 banger like she did last week, but it's gonna be a solid 20 to 25. Yeah. So yeah,
I say we put a bow on these picks.
we're definitely gonna put a bow on it, and everybody take a second before Thursday night's game to maybe get on a knee and pray that your players stay healthy.
Amen to that.
Amen. Until next week, my friend, it's been real. Don't forget, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, get the notifications. Yeah.
Maybe leave us a comment, tell us how handsome we look.
Yeah.
See y'all next time.
See ya.